Hey y'all, it's Fortune Frankly and welcome to Fortune Frankly Fridays where we do DIY home decor. Happy New Year everyone! So I don't know if New Year's resolutions are like no longer in style. Maybe they've been banned for the rest of the decade, but I do have some DIY goals for this year. And one of them is to get more into woodworking. Last year I bought my first power tool, which was a drill, and it's been Pop Smoke. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Let's just say that. It's been pretty cool. And so for this video, I decided to do some light woodworking. All of these projects are super simple if you just want to dip your toes into a little bit of woodworking, and the only power tool you'll need is a drill. And with that, let's get started. For this first project, we're making a wood and clay candlestick holder, and we're just gonna put a little twist on it, quite literally. For this project, you'll need a 12-inch piece of wood, wood stain, candlesticks, clay. We're gonna pretend like you didn't see this drill, and some sazon. Starting with our piece of wood, we're just gonna sand it down. This particular wood is poplar, and I had it cut at Home Depot, and you know how they cut things at Home Depot. It's jagged. They don't care. Once you finish sanding the edges, we're just going to stain the wood. This stain is Early American by NYX, and I just really love this color. Okay, so we're gonna pretend like my hands aren't really ashy here, and we're gonna say that I got lotion for Christmas, and next video I'm gonna put it on for y'all. We're gonna set that wood aside to dry, and we're gonna move on to our clay. I'm gonna take a good chunk of clay and separate that into 3 parts. Now we're just gonna roll the clay into these little balls, and I know you still play with Play-Doh to this day, so don't act like you don't know how to do this. Just watch. And we're gonna add some accents to the clay using some seasoning. I also saw Tina Lee here on YouTube make these beautiful clay candle holders with pepper accents, so I decided to do something similar. And this is a thing our candles are actually going to sit in. Now you can use pepper, you can use your bland spices, but we needed to add a little Latin flavor to this. So I'm using sazon completa, just sprinkling some on my wax paper here and then rolling the clay into it. Then we're gonna press our ball down just a little bit, and we're gonna use our actual candlestick to make the hole that it will sit in. Now a tip that I learned is that you actually want to roll the ball using wet hands, just so that this creates some slip for the clay. If not, you'll see that your clay will start to kind of crack as it's rolled into a ball and it starts to dry. And it'll also make your seasoning get on there super cute. I let those dry over 2 days, flipping them over on day 2 so that the bottom can dry out as well. And then I just hot glued them onto our piece of wood. Now for the candlesticks, I didn't just want to put them in there, we had to do a little something. So I decided to bend the candlesticks in some like squiggly shapes. You saw when I said we were gonna do it with a twist, this is what I meant. I watched Lone Fox's video on how to make these twisted candles, and I think they came out pretty good. And we're going to do this just by soaking them in some warm water. Now you want your water to be hot enough so that the candle becomes supple and it can move, but not too hot that you actually melt the candle. That's not what we're going for. Now the water from the sink was not hot enough for me. I don't know what these YouTubers are doing, that they just have like magical water that bends their candles, but it did not work for me. So I had to boil some water, let it sit out for a little bit so that it wasn't too hot, and then submerge the candles in that water. Trial and error here. I would suggest getting a test candle because I broke mine. I was devastated. I was shocked. It broke. And I'm just gonna bend them into kind of a S shape, a little squiggly, and put those in my candle holder. For project numero dos, we're simply making a little keychain rack. For this project, you'll need a 12-inch piece of wood stain, hooks, and a drill. Again, we're going to sand these Home Depot boards down. This is the same wood as that first project, that poplar wood. And I'm just going to map out where my hooks are going to go. I used some tape because I was kind of scared that the drill, actually, I don't know why I used tape. But I'm going to just mark off where the holes are for each hook and drill into it. Now you want to make sure your drill bit is made for wood, and you can tell by the pointy tip that it has at the top. That helps it grip onto the wood so that when you drill, it doesn't move around. And I'm just going to be making these pilot holes. These are really shallow holes so that when we do drill our screws into there, the wood doesn't split. And I don't know how deep these are. I would say like a 1/4 inch, but I'm just throwing out numbers there because I know you like that. And I'm going to sand the holes down a little bit just to get a smoother finish and stain it. Now, I got these hooks from the Dollar Tree. And when I say me, I really mean my mom in the mid-2000s because this has literally been in our drawers for over a decade. They come with their own screws, so I'm literally just going to screw these hooks into the pilot holes we made. And bada bing bada boom, there you have it. For this third and last project, I'm just going to be making a little desktop shelf. Since I work from home, I needed a desk and I bought a cheap one off of Amazon that actually looks really cute. And it came with this little thing for your computer tower to sit on. I don't know why you would have one of these unless you're a gamer or you're like stuck in the early 2000s. So I used the wood instead to basically make a shelf for the desktop so that it can sit on the desk. For this project, you'll need a rectangular piece of wood, 4 legs in addition to the 2 legs that you already have, spray paint, and a drill. Starting with my legs, I'm just going to spray paint them in this bronze color that actually matches the legs of my desk. They come with these little risers that you can unscrew from the bottom just to adjust the height up to 1 inch. So I'm using the satin bronze metallic Rust-Oleum spray paint 2X 333 pound. Now the legs came with some screws and washers and thingamabobs. I'm just going to put the legs together with the plate that will be screwed into our wood. Once I did that, I traced out the holes for each plate, and I'm gonna make some pilot holes again. You'd think by now I'd be like, you know, flying planes, because these pilot holes, look at them, they are dope. Now the legs came with their own screws. These are the OG screws, and they're too long for our piece of wood, so we're gonna be using these new kids on the block. And I'm just literally gonna screw them into the pilot holes we made. I'm gonna initially tighten each screw about 3/4 of the way, or 75% if you like percentages, just so that it's not too tight that we can't move it. And then I'm gonna go back around and screw them in tightly. And bam, that's what you got. All right, welcome back. Congratulations. Here is your woodworking certificate. After you do these projects, I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna say that first project that we did, the candle holder, looked real cute. I like that. But I'm curious to know, what was your favorite project? You can let me know in the comments down below. You can tell me how funny I am. You can say that you want to see more from me in 2021. I hope everyone is staying safe out there and wearing masks when you go out. It may be 2021, but guess who celebrated the new year with us? COVID. Also a reminder that Black Lives Matter and that we still need justice for people like Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and George Floyd. My Black Lives Matter syllabus is linked in the description bar below. And as always, thanks for watching.